Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Fahad Mirza, and in this video I'm going to share with you two of my favorite tools. One is Ollama, of course, which is I believe one of the best tools to run large language models locally, especially if you're starting out. And secondly, the tool, or should I say the framework, the observability framework is my very closer to my heart because I believe that a success of an application, no matter whether it is AI powered or not, depends a lot upon its instrumentation, its visibility. We all know that all of these large language models are still sort of black box. We certainly don't know what is going inside different layers of these large language models, but at least what we can do is that whenever we are incorporating these models into our AI applications or agentic software, we can at least enable some sort of observability or application monitoring so that we would have some matrices, some logs, some other data like traces to see end to end what is happening with our models, especially when it comes to the models which are remotely hosted, whether it is your network or it is an API based. It is imperative to know more about where exactly the time is being spent in these sort of distributed applications. Observers is a new tool from Hugging Face, which is quite lightweight and enables you to have an AI observability in your AI applications. I already have covered it with OpenAI's API key, as you can see here in this video, which I just did some time ago, where I showed you how to get it installed locally and use it with OpenAI's models. Now in this video, we are going to install it again from scratch, but this time I'm going to show you how you can use it with Ollama. So we will be using it with Llama 3.2 model, and then we will also see hands-on how to do the observability of API calls which are being made to Ollama models which are hosted locally. So let's get started. Before I do that, let me give a huge shout out to our good friends at Mast Compute who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, I will drop the link to their website in video's description. I'm also going to give you a coupon code of 50% discount on range of GPUs. This is a VM and this is my GPU, which is NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM courtesy Mast Compute. I already have Ollama installed, by the way, and I have Llama 3.2 model running. If you don't know how to install Ollama, please search my channel. I already have done heaps of videos on Ollama. It's fairly simple, by the way. All you need to do is to go to ollama.com, and then for example you're running Linux, so click on download and then just simply run this command after copying to your local system. For Windows and Mac, just download their executables and run it locally. That's about it. For model downloading, all you need to do is to do Ollama pull and then model name. For example, I have this Llama 3.2 already pulled, and you can select any model from Ollama's website. So our model is running. Now let me create a virtual environment because I would prefer to create everything separately to avoid disturbing my other installations. So for that, Conda's virtual environment is the best go. Again, if you don't know what Conda is, please search my channel. I have done a very simple to follow video. So let's wait for this environment to get created. And Conda environment is created. Let's install observers, OpenAI and Ollama. It is simple pip command, as you can see. Shouldn't take too long. And that is all done. Now we will be using Ollama. We are not going to use OpenAI, but still, because it's an OpenAI API compatible, so you just have to set the API key with some placeholder. I'm just calling it Ollama. You can call it anything you like, but we just need to set it to some value so that it won't complain about it, which is quite interesting. Anyway, so let's see with our Python interpreter how to use it with Ollama. So first up, again, I'm just going to import some of the stuff, and interestingly enough, we have to again import these OpenAI stuff because it is OpenAI compatible, but don't worry, we are not using OpenAI. Because we have to store all of these observability data into some data store. So I'm just using this in-memory store, which is DuckDB store, which as you can see, we have already imported with it. Now from this store, we just need to set the Ollama's endpoint, which is running locally. My Ollama is running on localhost on default port. If your Ollama is running some other host remotely or port number, just set it accordingly. And you can see that our client is set. And now let's initialize our client with that data store and OpenAI. Let's call our local model. And in order to call it, it's simple API call. And I'm just asking it what is happiness. Now, if you look at it, it's all OpenAI is compatible. This API call is to the chat completion endpoint is same as with any application. And because we have instantiated it with this observer, so it has wrapped it around that observability data. So that is all done. You can also print the response to see some of the return response and some of the parameters here, as you can see. But we are more interested in looking at the observability data, which it has stored in our DuckDB store, which is an in-memory one. So I have exited from Python interpreter, and if I do quickly ls-ltr, you will see towards the end it has stored this in this store.db, which is a DuckDB database. Now I always prefer to talk to this DuckDB data store with DuckDB CLI. You can simply install it by downloading this CLI zip file, and then from there you can unzip it. That is also done. And now you can enter into DuckDB by simply running this command, which says DuckDB store DB, and now you can simply select all the observability data from your OpenAI records table. There you go. So we are using, this is a unique ID. We are running Llama 3.2. This is when the time, call was made, and a lot of other information about it, raw JSON and stuff. And you see that it says 3 dotted because it's not fitting on the screen. If you want, you can simply check out the structure of the table. So this is currently, it is capturing all this observability data out of there. And of course, I'm more than sure it is going to grow more. But this is how easy you can use it with Ollama. And if you have any AI powered application using Ollama with API, you can now simply enable observability this easily. Also, before I let you go, I also want to give a huge thanks to our good friends at AgentQL who are sponsoring this video. AgentQL is a query language for extracting data from web pages quickly, easily, and at scale. You can use Python SDK to run your queries in production using Playwright, and it uses the power of AI to analyze the page structure to find the data you are looking for, and I will drop the link to their website in video's description. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you are already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.